welcome to Beyond the Knowledge, BTK Podcast. I'm back here with my co-host, Nikesh Champion and Satish and Gaire here. And Nikesh, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Do you have a backup plan?
No, I do not have a backup plan.
Do you have a backup plan with your, if your girlfriend dumps you?
No. I mean, I hope you don't, right?
Do you have a backup plan if our business fails?
No, I actually don't.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Now, what's the benefits? A lot of people, they have a backup plan A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
What are advantages and disadvantages of having a backup plan?
Okay, let me talk about disadvantages first. So for me, when I have a backup plan, what happens is that I don't put 100% in the plan that I have right now, right? So for me not to have a backup plan for my business means that I'm going to put 110% in my business. Because if something goes wrong or something bad happens, I keep thinking, hey, I can always go and do this. I can go and do that. So that's why I don't have a backup plan.
Exactly. That does make sense. So if you have a backup plan, what's going to happen on your mind is, I'll do it, if this doesn't work out, I'll do it, plan B, plan C. And this is the same way how if you're in college or if you have teenagers, and if you were in college, remember this, when you took your first exam number 1 on first semester, I failed, I'll do better on the next one. Because you had backup, right?
Yes.
But till you realize, it's too late.
Exactly. And I think when you don't have a backup plan, your full potential comes out.
That makes sense because, if there's nothing else to look forward for, you're going to give your 150% on what you're doing right now.
Yes. So what are some advantages for having a backup plan?
It makes you feel good. You sleep better.
That's true. You sleep at ease at night. Going back to that test example, right? So having a backup plan, one of the advantages I see in it is if you fail at this, at least you can recover through something, right? So if I fail at my business, I can recover with my backup plan. But see, for me, I don't even think about failing. Because if I think about failing, then I'm going to start, freaking out, not going to sleep, going crazy and all that stuff.
Now, good point. So if you think about, you're going to fail, you have already failed 50%.
Yep.
So if you're thinking about you're already a failure, you're halfway right.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't think you're a failure, you are almost 70% already on your way, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So make sure that, if you do have a backup plan, it might make you feel better. It might help you sleep better. Yeah. But it's not going to make you give your 100%. It's not going to bring out your talents that you may have. Because what happens, guys, is when you have no backup plan, things you didn't even know that come out of it. So every time that I have been through some hardship or challenges, I come up with some talent, something about me that I never knew.
Yeah. I mean, they say when your back is against the wall, that's when you see your true full potential, right? So when you don't have a backup plan and you don't have a way to escape what you're doing, then you got to make that doing happen. So going back to our business example, because I don't have a backup plan and Satish doesn't have a backup plan, we have to make this business work. We have to become successful in this business.
Yeah, we have no other choice, I mean, we have come a long way from what we started almost 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
But we still have a long way to go. And one bad thing about our business, can I tell it to everybody?
Okay, go ahead.
One bad thing about our business is that, we don't have, that security if you work at, a corporation or a government job where, even if you don't do anything, you'll be fine. And, as long as you show up, as long as you wake up, you'll be fine. In our point, just waking up and coming to work is not enough.
Yes. Yeah, we have to do a lot more at work, which makes it harder for us to go and say, I don't have a backup plan. But another way around that is because we don't have a backup plan, when we wake up, we know it's time to work. Because I have friends that go to work, right? And they just sleep around. They're like, oh, I hate working here. Oh, just trying to pass time until it's 5 o'clock, Because it's so easy for them. For us, it's not that way. And we don't have a backup plan. So we're like 100%, maybe even more than 100%, just every day working from, 6 a.m. till 6 p.m.
Right.
in some weird odd hours.
Right. And on top of that, Nikesh, you and I have to be responsible for our staff.
Yeah.
It's not just us. When we wake up, we do have a plan. We know what to do, but it's that feeling that comes, deep in your mind, deep in your heart, that you're going to be responsible for all those coders, all those staff.
Yes, exactly. I mean, that's a lot of responsibility on us. And because of that responsibility, we can't have a backup plan, right? We can't let those people know, hey, we're not here to provide for you or anything like that. So that means that this is our main focus. This is what we have to do. We have to accomplish this.
Yeah, there's no plan B or C or D. We have plan A, and we're gonna go on and on and on. But keep in mind that doesn't mean we're not gonna do multiple things at the same time. We do it, right?
Yes.
But it's just that we don't have that, something totally different we're gonna do if something fails. We do multiple things at the same time, and out of 100 things we do, 10 succeed, and they make us enough money to keep going on and on and on.
Yes.
And we have no choice but to go on. Now, what can people take out of this episode, Nikesh?
So I think the biggest thing is, a lot of people have backup plans because it's like their security blanket. So for most people, a lot of people that I've met, if something is hard and something isn't going their way, they're ready to quit because they're like, I can also go and do this. Okay? So I feel like when you have a backup plan, it's mostly like your security blanket to say, hey, if this isn't working, I can go do this. If this is too hard, I can go do this.
Right. So what I want you to do, put it into your effect, daily life, is that if you have a backup plan, kick it out, okay? Kick it out today. Because if you do that, what's going to happen is what you're focusing on today, right now, this week, this month, that's going to take priority. And you'll notice that you'll be better at that, okay? Back up in your mind, you might be like, okay, I might do this if this fails. If that's what you're thinking, you know what you should do? Drop what you're doing right now and go to plan B right away.
Yeah.
And focus on that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Because if you're already thinking that you're going to fail, you already failed, right?
Already failed. So if you're feeling like, okay, I might give this up and go to plan B next month, give up on that dream right now and go to plan B. But when you get to plan B, please do not create plan C. Okay? So that's what you should be, taking away from this today's episode. And hopefully, it will bring out what's inside of you, what's inside of your heart, what's inside of your brain. Because think about it, guys. There's a lot of potential in you. Yes, you. But it's not coming out because you haven't pushed yourself, right?
Yeah.
You have to burn yourself. You have to put yourself in the oven. If not, what's gonna happen? You're gonna stay sour and wet. If you put yourself in the oven, you're gonna be you're gonna be carved into that beautiful, tasty bread.
Yeah.
It's just like bread. We're like bread, okay? If you don't want to get inside the oven, but bread, right?
Yeah.
If you don't put the bread in the oven, what happens to it, Nikesh?
It gets bad, right?
Sour, wet.
Yeah.
What if you drop that bread into the oven?
Oh, it's gonna taste beautiful.
If you give it some time, optimal time, and if it gets burned, it's fluffy, it's big, it's growing, right?
Exactly.
So always, if you need to remember something, think of yourself as a bread.
Yeah.
Okay. So anything else we need to add up?
And then another, just kind of building on that topic, is just know that your mind will give up 100 times before you should and before your body should. So don't ever think this is hard work. I can't work 18 hours a day, or I can't do this. Your mind might think that, but just start it. Once you start it, you start doing it. Those thoughts kind of just go away. They start going in the back of your mind. They might pop up once in a while,
right?
But truly, they'll go away. I mean, maybe like a week or so, you might keep thinking I might fail. But if you keep at it, you're gonna go way beyond before your mind. Your mind will fail 100 times before you will. So just know that.
That's right. So if you feel like giving up, tell yourself, all is well.
well.
And give yourself at least 2 weeks before you give up, okay? Now,
Yes.
with that, I want to go ahead and say goodbyes. And
Yes.
we'll see you on the next
Next
episode
episode.
of
Beyond that,
Knowledge.
yes.